Okay, today we are starting a new topic under vector. Give the heading resolution of vector. Resolution of vectors. Resolution of a vector. Give the heading resolution of a vector. Resolution of a vector. Resolution means break up, breaking or separating. If we are having a vector like this, one vector is here. This vector may be a force vector, maybe velocity vector, but any vector quantity, not the scalar. Suppose, for example, we are having a vector f like this. Two vectors we combine to get a single vector, that is called resultant. Same way, can a single vector be broken into two components or two parts? It is assumed that every vector is made up of two of them. Two of the vectors we join together, we get resultant. But if the resultant is known, can we get the parts of which the resultant is made? Answer is yes. F is yes, will be breaking at the origin. Here is the origin, starting point, not at the end point. Starting point, you will break this into two components. One component will be like this. One component will be like this. One will be horizontal component, one will be vertical component. Now, what should be the value of these two components? How much value this should have? That depends upon the angle. If here is the angle theta, suppose this component will come in cos form. We write here f cos theta. This multiplied by cos theta, this multiplied by sin theta will come here. So we say this f is broken into two components, horizontal and vertical. This component normally we name that is f x, we can write here in the direction of x axis. That is horizontal component value, we write here f cos theta. And f in y direction, that is y axis, we write here f sin theta, the two components value. Which component will be in cos form, which component will be in sin form, that is decided by the angle. If here is the angle, this will be in cos. If here is the angle, this will be in cos. Whichever side will make angle, that is expressed in terms of cos. And the other one will come in terms of sin. This is how we break a single vector into two components, horizontal, vertical. Same way, suppose I am having a force like this. There is a force like this, F. Let us break this into two components. How to break? We'll break at the origin or at the end point. Where do we break? Share the answer.
Origin.
At the origin. So at the origin is here. Here we will mark O. And here we'll be having two components. One will be horizontal, one will be vertical. Keeping the vector in between the two of them. Somebody thinks like this. F here, somebody can draw this horizontal, somebody can draw vertical here, which is incorrect. The force which we are resolving or which we are breaking into components must lie in between the two components, in between. That's why this is correct, this is wrong. So you must keep the force in between. So now I give this angle to be theta. This angle is theta. Tell me what is the value of fx? This is fx. This is fy along x-axis, along y-axis. What are the two values coming out? Tell me, fx value will come how much now? Share the answer. Yes, say. Huh?
F sin theta, fx.
Very good. Here is the angle, so this will come in cos form. We can write here f cos theta. And here I will write f sin theta now. Why cos theta? Because here is the angle theta. whichever side will make angle theta, that will come in cos form, as the other side will come in sin form. Similarly, I am having a force acting in this direction, force F. Where can we break? At the origin or at the end?
Origin.
Origin, that means or here or at, I mark the point A and I mark the point B. At which point should I break? At A or at B?
So A.
Yes, at A or at A, yes. Let us break. How can we break? We'll keep one component here horizontal, one component I'll keep it here like this. This angle is theta. What is the value of this component coming? Fx value will come how much now? Tell me. What is the value of Fx? In the direction of x-axis, horizontal way. What is the value?
F cos theta.
Yeah, please do share confidently. Okay, you are right. This will be coming F sin theta. Yes, you got the point. You have got the point. That means if a vector makes some angle with the horizontal line or with the vertical line, it resolves into two components. It breaks up into two components, horizontal and vertical. You understood that? At the origin. One component is expressed in terms of cos theta, one will be in terms of sin theta. Okay. If I have a vector like this, if a force is like this, single force is acting like this, can we break this into two components? Is it breakable into components? I'll say it is not breakable because it is already horizontal. Only the vector which makes some angle will be breakable into coordinate planes, coordinate which along the x-axis, along the y-axis. We cannot break it in horizontal and vertical components because it is purely horizontal. If I have a vector like this here, force F, can we break into components? Answer is no, because this is exactly vertical. This is purely vertical. We cannot break. This is already along the y-axis. We cannot break. Are you getting my point? What I'm saying? The vector which looks like, slanted, tilted, that one breaks up into two components along the x-axis and along the y-axis. We cannot break them into coordinate planes along the x-axis and along the y-axis, but we can break it into some other plane. How can we break? I'll break it here. Origin is O. I'll mark one component here like this, and another component I'll mark like this way. Here is the angle theta. This will come in F cos theta. This will come in F sin theta. But here I will not write Fx because this is not the direction of x-axis. I will not write. I will not write Fy there because this is not in the direction of y-axis. But we will show the breaking like this. It will not break in terms of the x-axis and in terms of the y-axis, along the x-axis and along the y-axis, or in terms of the horizontal and vertical component, but it is breakable in this manner, like this and like this. And one thing to mind, angle between the two components will be always 90 degrees. The two components out here along x-axis and along y-axis, the angle is how many degree? 90 degrees, always. That is why it is like a coordinate plane. Coordinate axis is like this. Now here is x-axis, here y-axis, angle between them is 90 degrees. This one and this one, the angle between them is 90 degrees. That means angle between the horizontal and vertical line is always 90 degrees. So here the two components always make an angle of 90 degrees. It should look like making an angle of 90 degrees. Please tell me if you are having any doubts. Similarly, just now I drew it, that is one force is like this F. Can we break into horizontal and vertical components? Please respond fast.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Into horizontal and vertical component, I'm saying horizontal and vertical component. Answer is no, because this is purely vertical line. If it is slanted now this way, then we can break. It is going to make some angle here, then we can break here. One component here, one component here, then we'll break. But this is purely vertical, so we cannot break. But we can break it into another coordinate plane, another plane, not coordinate plane, into another plane. I can break it into another plane. How can I break? I'll break it here. One will be here. One component I'll draw like this, and another component I'll draw in such a way that the angle between them should look like 90 degrees. I will draw like this way, another component. Now it depends. Suppose this angle is theta, so this will come in f cos theta. This will come f sin theta. This way I can break. Here is one component, here is another. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
If a force is acting like this, F, can you break into components along x-axis and along the y-axis? Or can we break it into horizontal and vertical components? This one? Can we break? Come on. Say fast no, yes or no, don't delay please. Your class will be delayed otherwise. Hello, are you able to hear me? Hello, hello. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Please respond fast no then. Why delaying? Can you break it into horizontal and vertical components? Yes.
No, sir.
Can you break? No. Say that like that. So be confident. Say no. Why? Because it is purely vertical. We cannot break. But if I insist you to break, not in the x-axis, not along the x-axis, that there too you cannot break. But I am asking you to break it somehow, anyhow you should break. How will you break it into two components? At this point or at the top point or at the bottom, where will you break? Over here or at the bottom? Where will you break?
Sir, top.
At the top here. I'll mark O. I'll break two components here. One component I will draw like this, and one component will be like this. Like this and like this. And I say this angle is theta. What is the value of this component coming then? What is the value of this component? F cos theta. And the value of this component will come what? F sin theta. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Say fast,
Yes,
please.
sir.
Okay. Now, this is called resolution of vector. I think you understood how we are breaking a single vector into two components. The components will be along x-axis, along y-axis, or it can be in any other direction. But usually we break in terms of the horizontal and vertical components. Usually, not always, but usually. So we'll do one or two problems on this and then we start new topic. Okay. Write a question. Calculate. Calculate the total force. Calculate the total force force acting at the point O, total force acting at the point O in the following diagram, Okay, you are given a diagram like this here. This way, one force is here, F1. That F1 5 Newton. F2 10 Newton. F3 6 Newton. Okay. Here is the question given. You have to find the net force at the point O. Total force at the point O. And here is the figure given. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay. In the diagram, we will see, okay, this is horizontal, this is vertical, but this one, do you think it is horizontal or is it vertical?
No, sir.
They will give this angle is given here, this angle is given 30 degrees. The question it is given 30 degrees, okay. This angle is given 30 degrees. So this force is breakable into two components, horizontal and vertical. We'll break this one. This one non-breakable, this one non-breakable. I'll break this one into two components here. I'll do like this. One component here. At the origin, I'll break. Another component will be coming here. The value of this component will come F2 cos 30. And this component value will come. Sorry, this angle I'll change. I'll give this angle to be 60 degrees here. 60 degrees, suppose. This angle I am changing, I am giving it 60 degrees. It could be 30 degrees also. At 30 degree case, I'll discuss later. Okay, let us take it 60 degrees and then do. F2 cos 60 degree, and out here I will write here F2, this F2 sin 60 degree. Let us take the value of F2 cos 60 degree. F2 value is how much at 10 cos 60. Cos 60 value is half. Answer will come here 5 Newton. 5 Newton. We will see this direction 5 Newton. This direction is opposite direction is 5 Newton. What is the total resultant of these two? When the two forces are in opposite direction, the resultant of magnitude will come by subtraction, bigger minus the smaller. There is 5 Newton minus 5 Newton. The answer comes 0. That means this component and this component cancel each other. Cancelling each other, exactly. That means we can write here Fx value, force value in the direction of x is 0. I'll write that. No force is acting in the direction of x-axis. In the direction of F2 value is 10, sin 60 value is root 3 by 2. 2 5s will cut, you get 5, root 3 value is 1.732. You can do calculation there, the answer will come 8.56. 8.6 I will write directly, okay, 8.6 Newton. Approximately 8.6 Newton is coming. Now I take Fy value, Fy. Upward force is 8.6 Newton and downward force is 6 Newton. They are again opposite direction. They are again in opposite direction. The resultant will again be subtraction. Let us subtract bigger minus the smaller, and the direction of the bigger one will dominate. Which is bigger? 8.6 is bigger or 6 is bigger? We say 8.6. So you have to do bigger minus the smaller. 8.6 minus 6. And the direction of bigger one will dominate. Direction of bigger one is in the upward direction. I'll mark upward direction, upward. If the down one is bigger, I'll write downward. Here they are equal, so I will not give direction here because the answer is coming 0 here. The answer will come 2.6 Newton, Fy. What to do between Fx and Fy? Actually, we are supposed to use the formula here. F squared is equal to Fx squared plus Fy squared. X-axis and Y-axis are always perpendicular, 90 degrees. The resultant we will find by Pythagoras way. But Fx is 0, Fx value is 0, this is 0. Therefore, we'll get F is equal to Fy directly. And Fy value we got 2.6 Newton. We had done 2.6 Newton. In what direction? Upward direction. Here we can add upward. Or you can show it by an arrow in the direction of positive direction of x-axis, along y-axis, positive direction of y-axis, upward. So that's the answer. Total force is telling this. So if the two components cancel each other, you can forget about it, and whatever the other two components are giving the answer, that is your answer. Okay, now take next question, right? Have you understood this problem?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Now next question, please write. Calculate the net force. Calculate the net force at the point O. Calculate the net force at the point O in the following diagram. Calculate the net force at the point O in the following diagram. And your diagram is given here like this. F1, F2, F3. F1 value is given 10 Newton, 5 Newton, and F3 value is given 17.32 Newton. Yeah. This is the diagram given. Can we find the net force acting at the point O, net force at the point O? First, we are planning to break into components. Which one are breakable? F1, F2, F3, which ones are breakable? Which ones are breakable? Tell me.
So F1 and F2.
Very good. F1 and F2 are breakable, not F3, because F3 is already vertical, so we cannot break. Let us break F1 into two components. One component here, one component comes here. This value will come F1 cos 60. This will come F1 sin 60. F2 I also break. One component here, one component will coincide with this one. One here, one here. This will be in the same direction as this one, coinciding. Here I'll be writing F2 sin 60. And here I will write, sin 30, F2 sin 30. And here I will write F2 cos 30. F2 cos 30. Okay. Now I'll take the numerical value of this one. F1 cos 60, where F1 is 10, cos 60 is half. The answer is coming 5 Newton. F2 is 5. Cos 30 value is root 3 by 2. So your answer will come root 3 value is 1.732 by 2 into 5 by 2. Just check what is answer coming. 5 into 3 by 2. 5 into root 3 upon 2. What is the answer? You can share the answer with me if you are using calculator or maybe mobile phone for the time being. 4.3. 4.33. So I'll just add 4.3 Newton. Okay. After rounding off. And here also I take the value F1 value is 10, 10 sine 60. Sine 60 value is root 3 by 2. This will come 8.6 Newton. The value of this I will also calculate. F2 value is 5. Sine 30 is half. This will come 2.5 Newton. 2.5 Newton. 5 upon 2. We'll take the resultant in the direction of x-axis. Fx value I'll write there. I see 5 Newton here and I see 4.3 Newton this side. They are in opposite direction, we'll subtract. Bigger minus the smaller. Which is bigger? 5 Newton is bigger or 4.3 is bigger? Which is bigger?
5 Newton.
Subtract 5 minus 4.3. 5 minus 4.3. The answer is coming 0.7 Newton. What direction? This way. I'll mark the direction also here like this. I'll show the direction also here like this. The direction of the bigger one will dominate. This is dominating, I'll write like this. Now, we see two of them are acting in the upward direction. Two of them in the upward direction. 8.6 plus 2.5. Add them together. These two add. What is the total coming? 8.6 plus 2.5. What is the total of these two? Total force. Total force in the upward direction here. We'll check. What is the total value? 8.6 and 2.5. What is the answer? 11.1. We see 11.1 Newton total force is acting upward, and what force is acting downward here? 17.32. This is bigger. We'll subtract 17.32 minus addition of these two. I get 8.5, 8.6 plus 2.5. That means 17.32 minus 11.1. What is the answer coming? Please check. 6.22. 6.22 Newton. And direction, which direction should I mark here? What direction should I draw? Downward or upward? Tell me.
Downward.
Downward, because this is bigger. Very good. This one I'll mark downward here. What to do with Fx and Fy? What should we do? We'll be using that formula. F square is equal to Fx square plus Fy square. Or we'll draw a triangle diagram. Let us start from the origin triangle like this. Fx is like this. First vector is like this. Fx vector here. Fx. Fy is downward here. No, Fy that direction is downward. I'll mark downward here like this. Fy. And the resultant will be here. Here is the resultant. Resultant is F. Now I'm supposed to write this formula. Fx square Pythagoras theorem plus Fy square. Fx value 0.7 will put 0.7 square plus Fy value 6.22. 6.22 square. Now you have the answer in calculator. You can check. This will come 0.49. 6.22 square comes how much? Check and tell me because I don't have calculator.
38.6.
38.68. Okay. Let us add the two of them. 38.68 plus 0.49. 39.17 F square value. Therefore, F value will come root of this. Root of 39.17. What is the square root of 39.17? 6.25. Approximately 6.25 Newton is answer. And we must give the direction. This is the magnitude. And what about the direction? Direction, no, we'll find this angle, maybe theta angle. This will give the direction value. Now for the direction we are finding tan theta. If question asks you, what is the magnitude of the force? We say this much. And in what direction will that be acting? We are finding the direction of the total force. Net force will act in this direction. Total force. If the body has to move here, the body will move in this direction, in the direction of the force. So tan theta value will do perpendicular by the base. Here we like Fy by Fx. Fy value we have 6.22 and Fx value we have 0.7. theta value will come tan inverse of this 6.22 by 0.7 with what direction? With the horizontal. This direction is what? Horizontal, no? Angle with the horizontal. Here we write with horizontal. That we have to write. With horizontal. We can leave the answer in this format. CBSE student will leave the answer in this format. But ISC student will calculate the answer in degree because they are allowed to use calculator. You can check the answer in calculator, how much is the value coming in degree, minute and all. And CBSE student will just see what is the answer coming. 83.57. So 83.57, that is 83.6 degree. In degree, the answer is coming 83.6. 83. In degree. I hope you understood how we break into components. Tell me if you have any dots. Shooting, you have dots.
No, sir.
Oh, they'll say that only. You're saying yes. Okay. So resolution of vector is done. I think you understood how we are breaking into components and all. It will have two components. It is assumed or it is presumed that every vector is made up of two vectors. Horizontal, vertical, normally. But we can break into other direction also. In terms of the other plane also we can break it. Okay, that I told you just now. Resolution topic is done. Should we do new topic or to do it next day? What do you say?
So which topic?
Product of vectors, dot product and cross product. I mean same chapters, new topic. Product of vectors. To do or to do it the next day? What do you say?
So I'm fine if you start.
Okay. Sandro, what do you say?
So it's okay if we continue.
Okay. Then give the heading product of vectors. Product of vectors. Product of vectors. Give the heading. Okay, you are seeing the addition of two vectors, subtraction of two vectors also you have seen. Subtraction of vector is done in the same way as the addition, but only minus vector, when the minus sign comes, we reverse the direction of that vector and we find the resultant. And the formula of resultant R square will come A square plus B square minus 2AB cos theta. There is a subtraction, I'm talking about subtraction. And you learn the resolution also of vectors. Now we are doing product of vectors, multiplication of two vectors. When we add two vectors, the resultant will be another vector. When we subtract two vectors, resultant will be another vector. But when we multiply two vectors, your answer may be either a scalar or a vector. It can be either of them. It is not necessary that the multiplication of two vectors always results in a vector. It may even result in a scalar. So on that basis, we have two types of product of vectors, two types of multiplication of vectors. One is called dot product, other one is called cross product. So first one is dot product. Dot or scalar product. This is also called a scalar product. Dot or scalar product. Dot product. First one is called dot product. How to define dot product? We say when the product of two vectors results in a scalar, such a product is called dot product. Hope you understood it. You can write down dictation. I will not do, just try to understand because you can see the video and pause and write on the definitions. If you are not very sure about the definition, you hear it first. If you are having problem in hearing, so I might have spoken fast. So use pause it and then write down. When the product of two vectors result in a scalar, such a product is called dot product. And it is measured by, measurement also given, it is measured by the magnitude of the product of the vectors with the cosine of the angle between them, with the cosine, C-O-S-I-N-E, cosine of the angle between them. That means we write like this, after that we will be writing this A dot B. Two vectors are there, dot means, dot product, dot multiplication. The answer of this will come, that is normally first we can, you want this modulus A, the magnitude of vector A, magnitude of vector B, and cos theta you have to take. What is theta? Theta is the angle between vector A and vector B. In short, if you want, you can directly write here AB cos theta. When I don't give arrow, that means I am taking the value of only magnitude. This one and this one is same. You write mod, but you have to write vector of this magnitude of the vector A, magnitude of the vector B. Which can be simply written in this manner, AB. You understand?
Yes.
This is the formula of dot product. A dot B formula we have got AB cos theta. What are the example of dot product in physics? Example, you can write an example. I think you know this example. Example is work, power. There are more examples, but two common examples up to class 11 level, you need to learn work and power. They are the example of dot product or scalar product. Why they are example? If you remember class 10 formula, what is the value of work done when theta is the angle between force and displacement? If you remember, the formula was W is equal to Fs cos theta. Do you remember the formula? W is equal to Fs cos theta. So here we will be writing W is equal to Fs cos theta. Whenever two vectors comes in the form of multiply along with the cos of the angle theta, and theta must be the angle between force and displacement. This will be the example of dot product. This thing we can write like this, W is equal to F dot S. We write like this. Force is vector, displacement is vector, but the answer is work. Work is a scalar. Work, power, energy, all of them are scalar. Your answer is a scalar quantity. Work formula we have got F dot S. If there is an angle theta between them, I write the formula W is equal to Fs cos theta. Similarly, power. What is the formula of power? Do you remember formula of power in class 10? You must have studied. Or you have not studied only class 10. It can be taken as if that you have not studied class 10. Because no exams, no board exams. Have you studied? Yeah. Hello, no response. What is the formula of power? Tell me.
So work by time, no.
Work upon time, but is it coming in the form of product of two vectors, multiplication of two vectors? No. Work is a scalar, time also a scalar, doesn't come in that format. But if there is another formula of power, do you know what is that formula? Another formula of power? Do you remember? No. Say yes or no. There is another formula of power, and that formula of power was P equal to Fv, force into velocity. That formula we write as power is equal to force into velocity. Force is vector, velocity is also vector. Here both of them are vector, but the answer is power, which is scalar. So we write it like this. And if there is an angle, so we'll be writing Fv cos theta, Fv cos theta. But tell me one thing honestly, do you remember this formula? P equal to Fv. Did you remember it? No. Please respond. Say, perhaps not, you don't remember. Or if you remember, tell me, yes, we remember the formula. Power formula is force into velocity also. Do you remember? No response. Okay, so this is the formula of power F into velocity. If we write in this format, this is the example of dot or scalar product. Okay, now second type of product. Number two, this is called vector or cross product. We write here cross, that means vector product, cross or vector product. What do we define? We say when product of two vectors results in a vector quantity, in a vector, your answer is also a vector, then such a product is called cross or vector product. And it is measured by product of the magnitude of the vectors with sign of the angle between them, with sign of the angle, sign. That means I write like this, A cross B. This way, the sign will become cross. The answer will come same way we write this magnitude A, magnitude B, sin theta. I am supposed to write sin theta, not cos theta, but sin theta. AB sin theta. In short, I will write this thing as AB sin theta. So this side is everything scalar, like magnitude, sin theta means a ratio. How to show it in the form of vector? To show it in the form of vector, we multiply this side. This is only the magnitude. We multiply this side by a vector, unit vector, like this. This is called unit vector, and we read it n cap or n hat, H-A-C-K you can call it, n hat or n cap. We put a cap on n. Here also I will be writing n cap. You can write here where n cap is the unit vector perpendicular to both A and B. Direction of this vector will always come perpendicular to A and D. What are the example of this vector? Like example is torque, magnetic force, etc. What is the example of torque? Torque we write as torque is equal to R into F. R vector into F vector. R is the distance vector or displacement vector with the force vector, and torque also vector. Torque is a vector quantity, it has direction clockwise and anti-clockwise. Torque means moment of force. Last year you had studied. And magnetic force we write as F is equal to Q bracket V cross B. About this one you will learn in class 12 and all. Later on you will learn. So you may ignore it for the time being. But the torque is common one you have done in class 10, so you need to learn this one. The example, it serves as an example of Cross product. Cross product. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Today we just started. I think one more class will finish this chapter. Okay. The chapter vector will be over by the next class. All right. Then we will be starting. The other chapters will not take much time because vector is quite important chapter. That's why I did it quite in details. And little bit is left over, that also I will complete next day. This will help you in college, in class 12 and in any higher class. Okay, thank you very much then.
Thank you, sir.